What's up, lunatics? I'm Moosebird, and it's my 5-channel anniversary! That's right, it's been 5 years since this channel was made, and goddamn what a ride it has been! So to celebrate, I thought it would be fun to look at my first, or rather, my first 2 videos on this channel and see how bad it was back in the day. But first, let me take y'all back in time to the early 2010s.
Before making my channel, I was a happy and content mid-20s Asian dude who just played his Xbox 360, working at my family's restaurant, and still am, and watching nothing but internet videos. And what would that consist of? Screw Attack, Angry Video Game Nerd, and that guy with the glasses content. At that time, I only aspired to do voice acting, but that fell through, mostly because I'm a lazy procrastinator. Still am though. But it wasn't until I watched both the making of an AVGN and making of a Nostalgia Critic videos that I was really inspired in watching how they made videos. Plus, I do remember back in college when some of my dorm mates thought that I was funny when I riffed on Blade 3 in Sin City, and I thought, yeah, maybe I can do that. So I decided to take notes and figure out how to make videos. But I had absolutely no experience with video editing. Seriously, I had no plan whatsoever. Well, my original plan for starting out was to do a pseudo let's play, kind of like Spoonie's Final Fantasy VIII review, only to realize that it was unnecessarily complex. However, my first foray into editing started with the AMV Hells AMV mini challenges. I bought Premiere Elements at my local Fry's, and my editing journey began. My first few videos were not so good, but I won one of the contests by pairing my favorite anime, Azumanga Daioh, with Animaniacs, but it's pretty flimsy. Like, holy shit, I made no attempts to lip sync the lip flaps, and the footage was badly interlaced because I did not know how to use Handbrake properly. Eventually, it was time to make my first video, covering one of my favorite video games of all time, BioShock. There, I published it on YouTube on May 9th, 2014, and it performed adequately. Then I decided to make my second vid on another game that I liked, Dead Space, and that performed worse than BioShock.
So with all that out of the way, let the cringe begin.
Ah yes, nothing says simple intro than a fading in JPEG of a red moon on a black screen with ugly font.
Good evening everyone, I'm Moonspirit and welcome to the Moonspirit Experience.
And here I am with a 2 office lamps lighting system with the wrong light bulbs, a cheap ass JVC camcorder, and my old desktop that I bought from Best Buy that you can barely see in the back. Also, look at the lens, not the viewfinder!
So to best showcase my show,
dude, it's okay. You don't have to do the entire prologue in one take. Just use jump cuts here and there.
At least it was better than my first attempt at movie reviews. In Figures is based off a true story about 3 African American women who helped NASA with the space race against the Russians.
Moving on!
Whether they are good, bad, or just okay.
Hey, you're talking about your favorite game of all time. There's no need to talk about a rating system when you already love it. Here I thought it would be clever to use fonts that would match the game's aesthetic. Should have stuck to a consistent font type to save time.
Come across the citizens of Rapture that has survived the Civil War. Dr. Simon, a plastic...
Dear God, I have absolutely no energy in this voiceover! But if you want the real story behind BioShock's lore, there is a book on sale entitled BioShock Rapture, which serves as the prequel to the story.
Stop rambling about the BioShock book. Just say, there's a BioShock book for the hardcore fan. Get it if you want. It's that simple.
Several times, yet I always get goosebumps when I see the city.
Oh dear God, that was my attempt at an orgasm. I'm so sorry.
Except for this spectacular display of the Unreal Engine.
Please folks, if you want to do videos, do not use memes for jokes. You've automatically dated your video by doing that. And that unfortunately is just the first of many meme jokes I made. Also, I actually purposely loaded a save file of that moment because I knew the game so well and decided to exploit it. Professionalism, folks!
The funny thing is, they already had t-shirts for that, and I own one.
Thanks! Might flash your fanboy boner elsewhere?
Some more talking, and I still hadn't mastered audio channels back then.
Dr. Suchong is the head scientist and doctor of Rapture.
Dude, this shouldn't take an eternity to do a zoom in.
Or you find out he literally got screwed by a Big Daddy later in the game.
Ha! Hilarious. So after more bad zoom ins, now I talk about one of my favorite villains ever. And I play one of his best quotes, though I could have used a much shorter quote. Fun fact, I once got a copyright strike during that quote, being mistaken for some heavy metal song that I don't freaking know.
He may be a villain, but you know that is true.
Mind holding that pose for a few seconds before cutting away? Gameplay time, and for the love of God, man, enough with the zoom-ins! Now here, I ramble about how the game works, even though this game came out in 2007, to which pretty much everyone knows this game already, making this redundant.
Take note of how you get the atom because it affects the ending of the story.
Oh jeez, that looks repulsive! Here I try to use analogies of powers with various pictures, including Dr. Bees!
Or incinerate, which can melt icy blockades and set fire to oily trails.
Looks kind of flammable! Flammable! Oh, I like flammable.
Referential joke?
Worth all those pictures.
Contextually sound, but nope. Now I talk about the audio diaries again, only because I wanted to show this.
Dude.
Oy vey, what was I thinking? Shoving in a stoner character by putting on cat ears and a wig while vaping? Oh, I remember this. I was messing about and this actually happened. Really? Army green font with a Chrono Trigger sound effect? That's the best you could have done?
It is abundant, from vending machines to the...
Hey, turn on the music! I can't hear your monotone voice! Here's the end game, and then I do the old counter gag just like how Spoony does it. Definitely could have used a better font and a less cliche sound effect.
He's going to kill you.
I'm so betrayed that I use armor green font to enhance my anger!
Here I try to rip off the completionist a bit, but I already stated I like this game, so the rating was pointless.
Until then, I'm Moon Spirit saying good night.
And cut. Cut! Yeesh, I need to do a redux on Bioshock.
Well, let's get on to the second one. Dead Space.
Now you fixed the frame of your shot and gotten slightly better lighting. Also, please put away your laundry out of the frame.
It's Dead Space. Or as I like to call it, the alien of gaming.
Or more like you took that out of a now dead oneup.com article, didn't you? Once again, stick to a consistent font. You'll save yourself the headaches.
In the year 2014, you play an engineer named
2014? Proofread, you dumbass!
believing what he is doing is God's work.
Fun fact, I moronically made a bad jab at religion and had it removed. Because apparently that jab actually led to a lot of dislikes.
Audio levels, dude. People might be using headphones.
You are in the reaches of
Dude, Portal 2 memes were so 2011, and you were making them in 2014. Stop that!
Well, I wish something would happen. Now let's pretend that this shoehorn is the joke.
with the notes, you can make your weapons.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Oh, I can improve that.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Play Space Jam.
I'm disappointed in myself for not doing a basketball rendition, but better late than never.
One last thing. There's a hidden Peng statue in the game.
Nobody's gonna be invested in this, so you could have condensed it.
Escape with Dr. Kine.
And here I am talking about the final parts of the game and do a dear sister joke from yesteryears. Oh no, not this part.
Oh god, what was I thinking? I was trying to imitate the completions of Volt by shoving in my own version of the Bears joke. Ugh.
That's why I said keep your laundry out of the shot, because somebody might be whiplashed to see an orange sweater be replaced by white shirts in the next cut.
Boy, those videos weren't so good. That's why at the time, I put the brakes on everything and tried to reassess myself. That's when I discovered Reddit, and subsequently, the Normal Boots United subreddit, and that one Video Gamer Forums, back when TOVG had a site and it was active. That subreddit is where I found some very talented individuals like Petronius, Steve Avor, and Tomato Ghost, which by the way reviewed Deadly Creatures like I did. But the TOVG forum was where I met my MVP, Perry Dactyl. Dude, you and your friends, Steve O'Hobo, Rasputin, and Heavy Eyed really opened my eyes as to who you guys were. After that, I made some achievements. My 2014 year in review got spotlighted in the community section of this now defunct Screw Attack site. Rest in peace, Screw Attack. My first top 10 became the first video to reach over 1,000 views at the time, and, well, the rest is history. And ever since then, I learned so much, and I'm still learning now. But one thing for sure, I'm keeping this YouTube train a-chugging as long as it takes. But that's all the time I have for y'all today, so until then, I'm Moon Spirit. Oh my god, I forgot to roll the intro! Well, better late than never to do it. Whoa, hold up! This is my 5-year anniversary! I think it's time for an upgrade. There. Now get ready, folks, because Moon Spirit 3.0 is about to commence. Roll the intro!